is from the Senate of the United States, the Senate of the State of South Carolina. And this is on motion. Your Senator, Billy Odell, asked the Senate of South Carolina to do this for us. And so this is a resolution. They adopted this. South Carolina senators adopted this in your honor. On motion of Senator Billy Odell to congratulate and honor Reverend Eddie Lee Thompson upon your 50th anniversary of preaching, leading innumerable souls to Christ. Whereas Reverend Thompson is a pioneer as it relates to women in ministry, entering the formal ministry on March 25th, 1963. She assists in ministry throughout the upstate of South Carolina, filling in for pastors who are ill, on vacation, or otherwise displaced. Whereas, I'm reading this now, don't get upset with this. Whereas Reverend Thompson continues to preach and teach in her advanced age. Driving herself to worship services, soup kitchens, nursing homes, hospitals, and other places of need where she can be of assistance. Whereas Reverend Thompson deserves this special honor for her dedicated, capable, and honorable service to the people of Anderson County. Now, therefore, the South Carolina State Senate extends its heartiest appreciation and congratulations to Reverend Eddie Lee Thompson for her outstanding contributions to our community and state, given this 24th day of March in the year 2013, and is signed by the clerk of the Senate of South Carolina. This is a proclamation of recognition from the office of the Mayor, City of Anderson, honoring the Reverend Eddie Lee Thompson. Whereas Eddie Lee Thompson has made many contributions to her church, family, and this community with her long hours of dedicated work, a beautiful example of unselfish love. And whereas Sister Thompson is a pioneer as it relates to women in ministry, called to preach at the age of 23. Whereas she entered the formal ministry in the 1960s, at a time when women were not permitted to hold office in many churches, let alone deliver sermons. She began preaching in a fire-baptized holiness church under the direction of Reverend Oscar Aiken Clue, preached in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And whereas Reverend Thompson received her license to preach the gospel at Flat Rock AME Church on February 20th, 1978, under the supervision of presiding elder T.P. Bailey. Reverend Thompson was ordained on October 8, 1982, under the supervision of Bishop Frank Madison Reed, Jr. And whereas she has led innumerable souls to Christ, and she continues to preach, teach, and be active in the community where she can be of assistance, she has a heart of gold. And whereas Fairview African Methodist Episcopal Church has benefited greatly from her special spirit, unconditional love, and the peace she has for all God's children. Now, therefore, I, Terrence V. Roberts, Mayor of the City of Anderson, South Carolina, along with my fellow members of City Council, recognize Eddie Lee Thompson's exceptional leadership and congratulates her on the accomplishment of 50 years in ministry, adopted this 24th day of March, 2013. To God be the glory. White House is still working on your letter. And the governor is still working on your letter. And I'm going to stay on them here until it is that I have your letter. You take this one home, and these others, when I get the other letters in, we're going to put them in a nice frame for you, and we'll be able to present that to you at another time.